Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to Start the Day with Ginny. Today I am still feeling a little bit sick, but I'm going to go through this video before I start my long day ahead, meeting with clients, serving my mastermind at noon, and then also being part of the training with McKinsey and Company as one of their coaches in the Leadership Academy for Latinos and Hispanics. So I am super thrilled. So let me just get right to it. I know a lot of people have been talking about vulnerability. I talk about it in my book, Healing Leadership. And I want to give you a piece of advice when it comes to vulnerability. Yes, it's important for us to be vulnerable and to be open and to let people see us so that we can bring our whole selves to work and we can have a larger sense of belonging. However, our vulnerability is to be treated with a lot of care. Being vulnerable has and comes in many different shades of colors. I'll give you an example. Back in 2002, I was 2 years into my new role at an asset management company, and my dad got sick. He became ill with lung cancer in July, and the following 3 months were very painful months and very challenging months for me and my family. We basically had to drop everything we were doing and thought was priority to take care of my dad. And I had only been in my employment for 2 years, not a lot of time. However, being vulnerable during that time meant that I was able to go to my manager, who was extremely understanding and who was extremely supportive, and say, this is what I'm going through, and I need some time to go to take care of my dad and take him to the doctors and make sure that he's getting the best treatment possible. For me to do that required that I knew my manager would be receptive and supportive of that. I didn't really know how it was going to go down, but he had shown me qualities that we had an open communication, that he had my best interest, that he had my back in this short period of time that we had been working together of 2 years. And I used that foundation to go to him and ask for his support as I was going through that really tough time. The same thing happened 2 years later in 2004 when my brother suffered a stroke. And again, we had to drop everything we were doing and my family to take care of my brother. And something similar happened. I went to my manager, I asked for his support, and my team also knew what I was going through, so they were able to support me through that difficult time. So our vulnerability must be handled with care. If you are a leader, make sure that you let your people, the people who report into you, know that you are there for them, that as long as they communicate with you, you can make things work-wise. If you are vulnerable with people who you don't feel safe with, what can happen is that it can backfire, meaning that people will use what you share with them against you during a time of conflict, during a time of discussions about who should be going to do what role or what assignment. So you have to be careful who you are being vulnerable with. Being vulnerable with everyone is not a wise strategy. And so I share this with you because I know that even Brene Brown, who speaks abundantly about vulnerability, says this: you have to be careful who you are vulnerable with. But having the quality where you can be vulnerable speaks volumes as to how ready you are to be your true self and be your authentic self. However, be smart about it and know who to be vulnerable with. And that is my message for you today with Start the Day with Ginny. If you need support in any transition that you're going through in your career right now, if you are looking to get to your next level, if you are looking to grow in your existing role, you can reach out to me at callwithginny.com. Live with purpose, live with joy. I'll see you soon.